In this video, you can learn how to add a new cloud service to MyWorkspace to provide access to all users. First of all, you go to myworkspace-matrix42.com and you log in with the credentials provided from your cloud trial. Password. In the Administration tab, you will find an Applications section where you can add new applications. So all these applications are pre-integrated with a little manual what needs to be done on the service provider side and in MyWorkspace. As a sample, we will take the KiteWorks application. It is asking for an application name, a description, and a chosen subdomain in KiteWorks. This is something we get from KiteWorks. So next step would be to create either a subscription with KiteWorks or to ask for a free trial. Here we will use the free trial, so we go to kiteworks.com, follow this link here, now click on free trial. It's important to select Enterprise because there's one feature we need, which is the single sign-on integration, and so we need to select the Enterprise version. Okay, here you provide your data. And submit. Okay, next step is to check the inbox. Okay, now check your inbox for your welcome email from KiteWorks. And what is important is this subdomain here. In this scenario, it's my name and number 1, Ambrosius1. So we copy this into our MyWorkspace subdomain string here. And we also add an application name, which could be KiteWorks test or whatever. Now we create the application. Okay. Now we go to the integration guide, which will guide us through the integration of KiteWorks, the cloud-based service, with the MyWorkspace tenant. So we go to the KiteWorks admin page as suggested here. Okay, username and password should be available from this confirmation email we received. So this is the username and this is the temporary password. Put this into the clipboard. And now we log in here. Yep. We accept the end user license agreement and we enter a new password. Okay, now we proceed with the integration guide in MyWorkspace. So we now need to click on Application in the header, and we go to SSO Setup. This is Application, and this is SSO Setup. First of all, we activate Sebel 2, and now we go back to our guide. So we need to activate the checkbox Initiate Authent Request, like this. And then we proceed with this string, which needs to go into IDP entity ID, like this. And then we insert this string, into the service provider entity ID, this one. Oh, something went wrong. Let's do this again. Okay, and next step is we insert this string into the single sign-on service URL. That's the URL that Kiteworks will use to refer back to our MyWorkspace system. Now another string, this one, which goes into single logout service URL, which is for logout. And finally, we also need to add a certificate here. So we click on this link here, and now we get a download, which we can open with Notepad. And we simply copy paste this whole thing here, and we put it into the RSA public key certificate. This is the authentication between the two systems. So that should be it. Yeah, save settings. And now everything is configured. Yeah, now we can set the user rights for the application and test if everything works fine. But right now we do not have any users in our system yet. If you configured the Active Directory synchronization, which is explained in another video, you already have your users in your demo system, so you're good to go. But if not, we can create one individual user to test with. And for this, we need to register with an account with the same domain. So we simply open a new browser in an incognito window, or we use a different browser like Internet Explorer. If you used Chrome for the other things, you can use Internet Explorer now. And so this is the incognito mode now. So I do not pass on my login I already have in the other window. And now we go to accounts-matrix42.com. Oops. Accounts-matrix42.com. And click on Sign Up Now. And here we create a test user. So this should be the same domain as used with your other account. So maybe a colleague. And this is the name of the Matrix42 MyWorkspace tenant, which is available from here. If you don't know what your tenant name is, you can go to Overview, and you get the company name and tenant name up here. Okay, back to the registration. So our incognito window. Do not check create company account because this is just an individual account, but accept this privacy policy here. Okay, now we should have received another email. So let's go back to our email and let's log in with this other user account. Okay, here we go. This is the activation email. So we click on this activate account link. Okay, looks good. And now when we go back to our administration view of MyWorkspace and we go to applications, Kiteworks, we can set the permission for this user to this application. So we search for Joe user, here we go. We could also add a whole group of people, either local, this could either be a local group or this could also be an AD group. So you can provide access easily to your whole company or to the marketing team or whatever. Make sure you click on add users groups and now it should be in this list and click on save. Now let's go back to our incognito window here and we go to MyWorkspace matrix42.com and log in with the test user account. Okay, and my applications, we now have Kiteworks test. And when I click on Kiteworks test, it should automatically log me in to Kiteworks and create my individual user account. Yeah, looks good. So this is my folder, my name is visible here, so I'm logged in. By the way, if you have issues logging in, there's also a nice individual login page for each MyWorkspace tenant. So when you go to Administration Overview, you can simply copy this to the clipboard and run this from the browser and log in. We can also double check by going to the Kiteworks admin page again if this user has been properly created. When we click on this user icon up here, you can see the administrator, the free trial has been registered with app admin rights and the new account that has been automatically created through single sign-on by MyWorkspace.